We're going to talk about how you find the mean or the average of the data set in this video. Now, if your teacher ever tells the class what the average on the previous test was, all your teacher did was calculate the mean, and it's very easy to do. And the first thing you want to do is order your numbers from least to greatest. Now, this isn't a step that's required. I just highly recommend ordering your numbers because you're going to have to do it for topics like median and interquartile range and mean absolute deviation. So just get into that habit now. So for number one, let's take a look at our list of numbers. And let's go ahead and order them from least to greatest. So we have 4, and then I'll just cross them out as I go. That way I don't forget any. We have 10, 13, 19, 23, followed by 31. Now that I have them ordered from least to greatest, I want to add them all up, right? So we're going to add them all up. So we have 4 plus 10 plus 13. We'll add 19. We got 23 followed by 31, and we end up getting a sum of 100. So that is step number one. Once you order from least to greatest, we then add them all up. So 100 is our sum. And then the last thing you want to do to find the mean or the average of this data set is simply divide your sum by how many numbers are in your list. And we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 numbers in our list. So 100 divided by 6 is going to give us a mean or an average of 16.6 repeating, and I'll just round it to the nearest tenth of 16.7. Now, your mean is not always going to be a nice whole number. You can also get a decimal as well. So 16.7 is the mean or the average, number one. Now let's do the same thing for number two. We'll order our numbers from least to greatest again. And I'm just doing this to get into habit just because we're going to talk about median in another video, interquartile range, and you do have to order for that one. So why not do it for this one as well? So 2, 11, 16, 19, we have 24, 32, and 40. And once again, we are going to go ahead and add all of these together. So we have 2 plus 11, then we have 16, followed by 19, 24, 32, and finally 40. So our sum this time around is 144, and then we're going to divide it by how many numbers are in our list. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 this time around. So 144 divided by 7 is going to give us a mean or an average, and again, we'll round it to the nearest 10th place of 20 and 6/10. So we have all of this equaling 20 and 6/10 as our mean or our average. Now, before you go, I have 2 problems I want you to try on your own. So I encourage you to pause the video here. I want you to attempt 3 and 4 by yourself to try and find the mean or the average of these data sets. Once you think you have the answers for both, come back and play the video and see how you did. So I'm assuming at this point you've tried 3 and 4, and now we're going to go over it. So once again, let's go for number 3. I'll just keep the calculator on the screen since we're not worried about 4 for right now. For number 3, let's order them from least to greatest. So we have 11, 15, 20, 33, and finally 40. We'll go ahead and add all of these together. So we have 11 plus 15, followed by 20. Then we got 33 and 40. So we get 119 as our sum. And then we want to divide by how many numbers are in our list. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's divide by 5. And we end up getting a mean or an average of 23 and 8/10. So hopefully you got that one right when you tried it on your own. And now we will just move the calculator on this side. And let's do the same thing for number 4. So again, from least to greatest, we have 6, followed by 11. Then we have 17, 22, 30, 42, and finally 51. We'll go ahead and add these. So we have 6 plus 11, 17, 22, 30, 42, and finally 51. So we get 179, and we are going to divide all of this by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So divided by 7, And if we do that on the calculator, we end up getting 25. And if we round it, we're going to have 25 and 6/10. So 25 and 6/10. So hopefully you went 2 for 2 on the practice problems. And after watching this video, you can find the mean or the average of a data set. I decided to do decimals for each one of these just because decimals are a little bit more challenging as a final answer, whereas getting a nice whole number is super easy. So I just wanted to get a little bit more challenging. That way you can practice getting decimals more and more often. But after watching this, hopefully you can find the mean. Appreciate you all for watching. I'll see you in the next one.